and you're listening to Communities Live on Sheffield Live Radio 93.2 FM with me, Susie Casson and T-Boy, and we're joined now by Nitya Teagarajan and Beckie Brackett from SheFest.
Hi, Susie.
Hi, great to see you. So SheFest is celebrating International Women's Day, and it's a citywide fringe festival.
Yeah, that's right.
Great. So first of all, how did each of you become involved and what's your role in SheFest?
Well, Beckie and I met in 2014 when we were going to the Women's Hub meetings at the council, and we were involved in organising International Women's Day in 2015. Following that, we got together with, the team and another girl, Ali, who I met at a human rights event, and we created SheFest. We curated SheFest last year. That was the first time, and this year we're on to SheFest number 2.
And as a team, we're quite equal. We share responsibilities. We all bring different skills and expertise to the area. But yeah, all our roles, we're all co-curators.
Great. So SheFest means Sheffield Festival, and she as in female.
Yeah,
that's right.
We've got that little tagline, putting the she back in Sheffield.
Brilliant. So can you tell us a bit about International Women's Day in general first?
Yeah. So International Women's Day is a massive international event to celebrate the achievements of women. So it was first celebrated in 1911. And that was obviously during a period of massive unrest when women were campaigning for change, they were fighting for the vote, and it's been happening ever since then. So each year it has a different theme. So this year's theme is Be Bold for Change. So you'll be seeing that across a lot of the events, that theme as well. And if you want to find out a little bit more about the history of that, you can go on the website internationalwomensday.com.
Fantastic. So SheFest is a massive celebration with lots of different events, but there's a very serious message at the heart of everything.
Yeah, well, when we set up SheFest as an organisation, one of our main aims, aside from the festival, is just to promote gender equality. So, gender equality is still a massive issue today, even in 2017. I mean, the stats are, Nitya, it's not...
The stats are that we won't reach gender parity for another 170 years, 10 months and 2 weeks.
Yeah. But, I mean, if there
Sorry,
was...
can I just check, gender parity, is that in pay or everything?
That's across everything where men and women are equal, so gender equality, and not for another 170 years. I mean,
that's crazy.
That's
really.
crazy at this, in this year, in 2017. That's crazy.
And we were saying that, SheFest is about having fun, it's about celebrating, but it is about just trying to raise awareness of gender equality and the fight for it. And if ever there was a time to get on board with that, it is this year, unfortunately, when I think over 2.5 million people just marched, in support of women's rights across the world and against, President Trump. And, Russia just decriminalised domestic violence. America's fighting for Planned Parenthood. I read the other day that UK's got the biggest number of FGM survivors in the whole of the EU. There's still massive issues around gender across the world that we need to, raise awareness of and fight against.
Yeah, absolutely. So this SheFest is a celebration of women, basically, and a lot of the events are free and pay what you feel, which is great news.
That's right.
So it's hard to choose which to talk about. There's so much going on. So first of all, can you tell us a bit about Girl Rising?
Right, Girl Rising is a docu-film that follows 9 girls across the world and the difficulties they face in accessing education. It's voiced over by celebrities, A-list celebs, and inspirational women such as Kate Blanchett, Selena Gomez, Alicia Keys, and many others. It's a campaign, really, for girls' education and empowerment of girls. So we're showing Girl Rising as part of SheFest this Saturday at Void Cinema, which is in Sheffield Hallam University. And the doors open at 1:30 for a movie start at 2 o'clock. It's open for anyone above the age of 11.
Great, sounds really good. And there's also something called lunchtime learnings.
Yeah. So they're new for 2017, so we wanted to make sure that there was events on in the day for businesswomen, for mums, for students. And so there's a trace of 5 workshops, one each day. They're held at either Union Street or Together Women Project. And they cover everything from self-care, top tips for women starting a business. We've got office yoga, and they're all free as well.
Fantastic. And there's SheFest Saturday as well.
SheFest Saturday is our main festival, main celebration this year, and it'll be held at Theatre Delhi and at the Moor. We've got workshops in Theatre Delhi, 10 workshops for everyone really, not just for women. There are workshops for children in STEM, which is to encourage children, both boys and girls, especially girls, to have jobs in science and technology and engineering. There are workshops for parents wanting to go back to work. There's a belly dancing workshop. So there are a lot of fun and serious workshops at Theatre Delhi on that Saturday. And outside at the Moor, we've got 6 hours of music and dance. A group of Roma girls are coming to perform. There are
Sheffield Samba Band.
The Samba Band. There's someone who's going to be teaching the crowd juggling. So there's lots going on that Saturday, and it's all free.
Fantastic. So that's Theatre Delhi, the old Woolworths.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Great. And sorry, what day is that?
That is Saturday, the 11th of March, from 11 o'clock till 4 p.m.
Great. And you can just come along anytime.
You just come along, but the workshops are getting booked up really fast, so we highly recommend that you book on Eventbrite to get a place on the workshop.
Yeah.
But otherwise, for the dance and the show, you can just turn up to watch.
Sounds fantastic. So can you also tell us a little bit about Girls' Night?
Is that the one at the skate park?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is a collaboration between Chicks in Bowls, Girls Skate UK and Sheffield Steel Roller Girls. And the idea was that girls are just going to take over the skate park for the night. Obviously, it's, skating is typically a boys' thing to do, and girls might, typically feel a bit intimidated going and skating there when there's loads of guys about. So Sheffield Steel Roller Girls have got some equipment to lend out for the night. It's open to anyone, but girls under 12 have got to be supervised by an adult. But it's a chance to go and have a go skating. Skating is a really, good way to get fit. It's really body positive, and it's sort of claiming back a space for girls just for one night. So that's on Monday the 6th of March, and that is at the House Skate Park. So yeah, have a look at that as well.
Yeah, fantastic. And another one that caught my eye was Burn the Witch. Interesting title.
Yeah, we've been asked about this quite a lot already. So that is run by a little organisation, Burn the Witch, a group of women who are working with Girl Gang Sheffield. So that's at Picture House Social on Friday the 10th, starting at 6:30. And it's the idea to sort of reclaim the word witch, which has been used really negatively against women historically. People have been persecuted and silenced. And it's now about sort of trying to use that word as a vehicle to encourage positive mental health. It's about sisterhood. It's about reclaiming, just that negativity back. So there'll be live music, there'll be stalls, workshops, so go and check it out. It'll be a bit different.
Yeah, sounds great fun. And as you said, we're still working towards a more equal society. Do you think there's anything we can all do to help towards that in daily life?
Definitely. But most importantly, we need to give little girls opportunities, and bigger girls, women, opportunities to try things, to fail, and to make them feel comfortable with failure. Really, and just to empower them in general at work, in school, in the community, give them more opportunities, allow them to learn.
And you might think that you can't really make a difference, and that one person, hasn't got much power, and that's what I say. Well, you have, as long as it's safe to do so. Let's all challenge sexism. Let's ask for equal pay. Go to a workshop to find out how to say no. But then, there's lots of protests happening in Sheffield at the minute. There's power in people. Go to a protest. Use your voice to say that I'm not okay with this. Let's have equality. And then lastly, just support other women. SheFest is a collaborative thing. It's about giving women opportunities. And we thought of that phrase, didn't we, that empowered women empower women. So it's about us working together and not seeing someone else's success as your failure.
Absolutely, yeah, brilliant. So what are you both looking forward to most as part of SheFest?
Well, I'm looking forward to the Saturday event, which is taking place on March the 11th. But in that week, I'm most looking forward to the screening of the Sold movie at the showroom, which is on Tuesday, the 7th of March at 6 o'clock. It's a movie about a young girl who was trafficked from Nepal to India. It's a very powerful movie. And following that, there'll be a panel discussion, as well as where we've got charities from Sheffield, local charities involved in anti-trafficking work, who will be there to talk about how they do the work, or what they do, and how us normal people could get involved in awareness raising.
And I'm really looking forward to a piece of theatre that we're going to do at Theatre Delhi. So we're working with Theatre Delhi to redo the Vagina Monologues. So it's a really iconic piece of theatre, but it's 21 years old, I think. So it's quite, maybe a bit, we could say it's outdated. So Theatre Delhi have been running writing workshops to sort of redo some of those monologues, making sure that they're representative. So that's on Wednesday the 8th, on National International Women's Day. And that will be a really special piece of theatre, which, touches on some really sensitive issues, but hopefully will be really fun and different and really get across some good messages.
Fantastic. It sounds an absolutely brilliant festival. Well done on organising it.
Thanks.
So how can people find out more about what's going on?
They can go to our website, so that's www.shefest.wordpress.com. And that links to all our other pages, but we're on Facebook, so search for us on SheFest Sheffield. We're also on Twitter and Instagram, and that's at SheFest Chef with 2 F's.
Fantastic. Oh, I hope it goes well. It's absolutely brilliant.
We'll see you there.
Yeah, hopefully.
Good.
Thank you. And that was Nitya and Beckie talking about SheFest, which is a citywide celebration of International Women's Day, lasting 6 days. So